Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today, we're going to be talking about Quant Network, aka Q&T. So let's just dive in and let's talk about a few things. So first off, we do have this tweet from Watcher Guru saying, just in, Bank of Canada Senior Deputy Governor says the crypto market is growing extremely fast and regulation efforts need to start keeping pace. You love to see this, right? In regards to regulations, I do think that this is basically the level that we need to get to in order for peak adoption to really kind of take over from the institutional area. I also think that this is going to be the pivotal moment in time where we will see true use cases going live that will be utilized by massive giants. This will ultimately usher into I think that when we look at crypto, a lot of people kind of just look at the use cases in terms of like NFTs, metaverse, etc., and get a little bit excited. But we are still some time away from those use cases. In my opinion, the really interesting use cases are like the payment networks, the payment systems, like things that are disrupting major issues that we see on a day-to-day basis. Like for an example, liquidity. On-demand liquidity from Ripple standpoint is huge. Interoperability from Quant standpoint is large as well. This is the markets that we want to be in. These are the types of use cases that we want to see because these are trillion-dollar plus use cases. And I love to see the fact that banks are finally realizing the massive demand and also potential around something like crypto technology. Now, let's also talk about this as well. From Kevin O'Leary, payment systems are the biggest opportunity we have in the case of digital currencies. This is why regulation is so important. That's just the truth. The innovation that digital currency breeds is going to take us into a much more transparent, auditable, and less expensive way of processing payments around the world. And of course, we do see a nice tweet down here from SonNL11, interoperability market leader Q&T for everything digital assets and tokenized currencies. Now, a lot of people will continue to argue, like, Quant with like XRP, for an example. These are not competitors. I think that people have a very broad way of looking at this market in just the limelight of like, all right, yeah, these are, competitors. I think that Q&T is a better investment than XRP. I don't think people realize what, Ripple is building with XRP and what Quant is doing. They're completely different niche audiences and markets. We do see a routing of digital assets between any blockchain, any DLT is done through Q&T. MIT and Q&T started to develop an internet standard for this called ODAP. It's done with the IETF, same guys behind TCP/IP and HTTP. And of course, we do see that down here. Download, install, build over Ledger 2.03, demo app launch. Here is the senior project manager of blockchain technology at MasterCard. Congratulations, incredibly excited to see what's to come. Honestly, there is a large amount of things happening around this sector. And by the way, this is in regards to a quoted tweet. Mass adoption of blockchain technology and digital assets is going to happen sooner rather than later. MasterCard VP of New Product Development said at the Avalanche AVAX webinar. And we do see down here, this is the future. Shout out to Greg Luntz here, but welcome to Operation ODAP, a Twitter mini-series examining one of the most important under-the-radar protocols being developed in the world today. And honestly, what I really want to talk to you guys about in terms of like ODAP is that like this will be the proven network of networks. Everything will essentially run through Quant. We look at like payment networks, payment gateways, payment use cases, even payment processing. Everything that you see within in crypto is basically leading us to this area of like just interconnected markets, networks, industries, everyday life. And it will all be essentially connected through something similar to like, for an example, like internet protocols, which is like, again, TCP, IP. Everything is interconnected through that in terms of like the internet. And it's kind of the same exact thing that's happening with ODAP as well. And we've had, multiple conversations about like ODAP PDF files that mentioned MasterCard, Visa, etc. So, these are payment processing giants. And I do think that they will all be interconnected within the digital landscape and the legacy landscape. I mean, it's a no-brainer move to me, at least, you know. So let me know what you guys think about that down in the comments below as well. I'd love to hear from you guys on that. Now, also kind of going back to the original tweet here in terms of like Kevin O'Leary's tweet about like payment networks. Yeah, I think that they're incredible. I think that they're great, and I do think that Ripple's overall solution here, utilizing XRP to solve the global payments problem, aka the locked up capital, in terms of like on-demand liquidity, which by the way is exactly what I focus on when I talk about like RippleNet and XRP. This is huge, right? There's $20 trillion. It's like 27 trillion, and it's just parked there. It's just pre-funded capital. And I think that when we talk about like settlements and happening, in real time around like payment networks, Ripple is the one to focus on here. But it doesn't mean that Ripple can't work with Quant. You got to remember that Quant had, Ripple connected throughout their Overledger network either way, that allows clients to utilize Ripple's protocols anyways. So this all is interconnected. And I do think that these gateways will work the same way that the internet works. Everything will essentially be interconnected here. And we do see here Quant Network Overledger, QNT interoperability, network for blockchains, API gateways, payment systems, end-to-end access of networks, DNL, MLT, data sharing, storage, cross-border supply chain connections, institutions. I mean, you look at this, and I know at first it doesn't look like much, but then you actually kind of see the connections here. Quant is at the forefront of everything. The Overledger operating system, I always say it's the operating system of tomorrow because it will connect everything. You look at all of these major areas within this market. I mean, it's going to connect, payment gateways, payment APIs, everything. Again, this is going to be payment processing giants. It's going to be, your typical Web 2 apps, and it's all going to be interconnected through like the Internet of Things, blockchain. I mean, it's truly massive when you put it in perspective. And I love these diagrams as well. So shout out to, I'm not even going to try to pronounce his @ You guys could go check him out. But you also look at the partners, right? All of the partners that they have. It's truly remarkable, the ecosystem that Quant has built over just the past couple years. It's truly incredible, and it's inspiring for a lot of these other projects to truly ramp up, building and, development-wise, to really kind of build out something like this. The partners that, Quant has are like no other. I would say the only, name that even is near it is, for an example, Ripple, right? Because you look at like what Ripple has, and I know that you guys probably can't really see this, but these are all the organizations that are interconnected with Ripple. These are the ones that basically are working with Ripple, have worked with Ripple, are continuously working with Ripple. These are massive payment giants. These are, financial institutions, banking giants. These are the ones that you want to pay attention to. And again, Ripple is building out a massive payment network. And when you look at this, we will see that interconnectivity because all of these major, blockchains are interconnected. And we do see enterprise, permission blockchains. Ripple is labeled there. You also see Corda, JP Quorum, Ethereum, Hyperledger. All of these are interconnected here. And also, I want to share with you guys this. Born Quumphy pointed out that this is likely the Brazilian government moving, to blockchains similar to governmental, networks like EBSI / Alastria, etc. This was last week, just another happy coincidence, right? Added 3 quotes from a while back. QNT is connecting continents. And we did see another 3 job postings in Brazil from Quant. And then here we have, this goes back to June 1st, 2022. Brazil's audit office, development bank launch, public sector blockchain network. Again, pretty significant here in terms of, blockchain adoption. And then we did see over here, in parallel, we've been meeting financial institutions, enterprise clients, and even governments to connect to Overledger Network. Our vision is that Overledger Network is going to be the hub that connects the US, China, Latin America, Australia, UK, and Europe to interoperate digital assets and cross-border transactions. I mean, if that does not make you bullish, I do not know what to tell you guys. We also see here, we've had countries approach us to utilize Overledger Network to enable a data marketplace for all their citizens to interoperate and transact identity and data domestically and across the ecosystem for cross-border transactions. Overledger Network is going to enable all participants, gateway operators, and enterprise to transact, consume, and sell data, resources, and APIs to the ecosystem. Gateway operators with the open source connector and connect any data or resource for the Overledger network to buy from them. Enterprise clients can come to you to buy or transact with your gateway and what you're offering, all payable in QNT. This is absolutely insane. When you look at the things happening around Quant and you kind of compare and contrast to the adoption of, crypto technology, it's truly remarkable. And we also do see over here, wonder what this is referencing. There needs to be a connect from CBDC or stablecoin system into ISO20022 compatible structure by smart contract on DLT. Legacy to DLT. I wonder what's the solution for that. Shout out to Tokenizer for this. And this is from the World Economic Forum. Messaging standards that are compatible with ISO 20022 will be important for integration with existing payment networks or systems for CBDCs and stablecoins, such as DLT, smart contracts, and APIs. API gateways, you love to see that 3-line of code API gateway from Quant. To enable integration with existing payment systems, there will be a need to package the instructions to be sent from the CBDC or stablecoin system into an ISO 20022 compatible structure for handoff to the client by a smart contract present on the distributed ledger. This is extremely bullish when you look at this. And this is also this is through the real-time gross settlement network as well. And they are also mentioning trade finance networks. So this is everything, right? In terms of ISO 20022, they are mentioning, real-time gross settlement, trade finance, which, again, XDC, XinFin. You look at Ripple XRP, you're looking at, cross-border payments and things like that happening around this system. I mean, all of this is, and I should say, when we talk about mass collaboration within this market, this is basically the future, right? Everything will be interconnected. You do see Stellar, EOS, IOTA, Ethereum, Constellation, Big Data. We talk about Corda, R3 Corda. Basically, XDC is a settlement token on the R3 Corda chain. So, again, all of these major, industries that blockchain is disrupting, you could also tally it up to, what Quant's disrupting itself, because Quant is connecting it all. I want you guys to pay attention to this right now, especially if you haven't been paying attention to what Quant has been doing for the last couple, even months, weeks, days. I mean, guys, it's truly remarkable. It truly is. So, with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe to notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.